this ball game yet. Colbert out of the backfield. Be a throwing down this time, second and about 8 yards.
Well, they used a motion with Rory Colbert coming through the backfield. He gives a look like he's going to be the backside blocker. On a run play here, you'll see a motion through like he's going to block and then continues out into that flat with a quick hitter.
Second and 8. Only has time now. Flushed in, down he goes.
Well, there's more than one Jonathan Williams in this ball game.
The other John Williams, Big John, chips in. Little John ready to roll again. No relation, but 2 spark plugs for the Redblacks tonight.
And Jonathan Williams again moving from his usual tackle spot out to play on the end. Great little slap and swim move there on Glenn January to get to the quarterback.
Penalty flags flying as Hyralahu booted that away. 41-yard kick, 3-yard return only from Jamil Smith. 14-point Ottawa lead. Looks like it might be a long field here for the Redblacks.
Yeah, too many men for Ottawa.
Too many men. Ottawa, 10-yard penalty, remains third down.
So, third down, that sack, which cost the Bombers almost 4 yards, pivotal, because now it's 3rd and 4, so they'll still have to boot it away. Otherwise, it was a fresh set of downs.
So 12 guys up at the line of scrimmage. 1 man deep. The miscommunication is that some may have thought they were in their punt safe, others thought they were going punt return, 2 different personnel packages.
Hyralahu trying to angle this one. Good kick, really good kick inside the 9. So another penalty flag, and this is going against the Redblacks as Hyralahu was battling behind the play, and Winnipeg is going to get the football back here. What a costly penalty.
After he got the ball away, he may have been blocked before he crossed the line of scrimmage.
Major foul, unnecessary roughness. Ottawa, number 75, 15 yards from the original line of scrimmage. First down.
So Jonathan Williams is the guilty party here afterwards and keeps this Winnipeg drive alive.
Keeps it alive a little bit deeper into Ottawa territory.
What a turn of events there. After too many men, then another kick, and then going after the punter. And these are the things, and you don't want to use that expansion label anymore, but it is an expansion team. This young team, the kind of mistakes that they've made that have hurt the Redblacks all season.
Yeah, simply put, it's the self-inflicted wounds. Campbell looking for a little clarification on the call.
So after all that, under 9 to go, Blue Bombers catching a couple breaks here because of those self-inflicted wounds from the Redblacks. Drew Willie brings his offense back on the field. 1st and 10 from inside the 35. Willie rolling, and then tosses it over. And the catch made by Romby Bryant on the far side, so half the first down yardage
It's a play where the ball was designed to get to Romby Bryan a little bit earlier as he releases out into the flat. Ottawa had it covered up pretty well. And then they try to use Bryant's flat if he doesn't get the ball to open up a window to Rory Kohler, but pretty good coverage.
First catch of this game, his 100th in the CFL. Willie waiting, throwing over the top. Aaron Kelly lunging forward, another first down right on the 20-yard line. So to the red zone go the Blue Bombers, thanks to a couple of gifts from the Redblacks.
And you can just feel that letdown from the Ottawa defense, thinking that they had gotten the stop, they were getting off the field. Any momentum garnered from that given right back by the penalty.
Blue Bombers trying to up their red zone production close to the 20. Deep drop over the top, crossing route again. Brandon Thompson makes the tackle on Kelly near the 15-yard line.
Bombers taking advantage of the size of Aaron Kelly here, getting him inside a couple of times underneath routes, using the bigger body reach advantage, shield the defender from the football.
Big play here for both sides. 2nd and 5. Willie to the end zone for Kelly. Jump ball. It should have been picked. Brandon Thompson would love to have that back. Interception written all over it. And a gift to him, and he can't capitalize.
Aaron Kelly, the intended receiver on the play. Thompson in coverage. These two have had a pretty good battle going all night. Thompson right in his hip pocket there. Really may have tried to force that one a little bit.
Former 7th round pick of the Washington Redskins out of Boise State. Would have had its 3rd interception of the season. Iralahu brings the Bombers a little closer here. So after all that, Winnipeg picks up 3. Down 11. Wendy's Friday Night Football. Jonathan Williams, what a night. His best in the Canadian Football League. More in store. We'll find out when we come back to the nation's capital. Believe in the impossible. The fastest man alive comes to CTV. The Flash. Series premiere Tuesday at 8, 7 Central. Flash for the Ottawa Redblacks tonight. Where's number 23? Outstanding night for Jonathan Williams. Ottawa leads 31-20. Here he goes again, finding that seam, and Ejiro Kowali reads that perfectly.
Nice job filling there by the linebacker Kowali, as Ottawa got a pretty good kick-out block from the pulling backside tackle. Colin Kelly on the play. Kowali always willing to stick his nose in and mix it up. Providing a little veteran presence in this young Bomber team.
2nd and 7. Could be a big hold here for the Blue Bombers. They jumped offside though. Free play for Burris. Matt Carter on the sidelines. And unless the Bombers were drawn and it was procedure, it looked like offside and they jumped.
Yeah, it looked like DeMond Washington was trying to time up that blitz from his halfback spot. Jumped a little bit when the receiver moved down to block him, get in position to block him.
Offside. Winnipeg, number 7. That penalty is declined. First down.
So former Ticat and Eskimo Matt Carter with a big gainer.
But you see on that offensive left side of the formation, a couple of Redblacks make their way in to get in position. And as they do, DeMond Washington jumps to try and beat them to the punch.
Burris. Collins. DeMond Washington tried to punch it out, but could not. Dobson Collins, another catch here. Another first down right into Blue Bomber territory. And Henry Burris increasing his percentage in this second half.
Ottawa's having a fair bit of success with those underneath crossing routes. This time Dobson Collins doing the damage.
.210 yards passing now for Henry Burris on the night. He's 75 yards shy from another 3,000-yard season. That would make it 11 in a row for Burris. Still one touchdown pass away from solidifying his spot on number 3 all-time in the touchdown list. It was interesting talking with Henry yesterday. I don't think you know him so well through the years, watching him in the league as Khalil Payton makes his way slowly to the sideline, is how vocal he was yesterday. And for a guy who's been there and done that and won that, and all the rumors that still swirl around Henry Burris and the Saskatchewan Roughriders potentially, all this stuff, it was very interesting to see, well, first of all, those numbers tonight, which are off the charts, typical Burris-like numbers, is the commitment that he has to this young, growing franchise.
Yeah, absolutely. He loves being here, moved his family here from Calgary this season. And for a veteran guy, yeah, like where you would expect that he might, with a limited number of years left in his career, might want to be on a team that is a more immediate contender, but happy to be part of the process of building the Ottawa Redblacks.
Lamont Washington going out again. Good blocking again for Williams. Jonathan Williams breaks free again. As great a night that is he is having, Jonathan Williams is going to be buying some of these linemen some dinner. Terrific blocking, and another injured Blue Bomber on the field.
Well, Jonathan Williams has had a big day and make it a little tougher for the Blue Bombers as it's their middle linebacker, Ejiro Kowali, who's down. So Williams, a 53-yard touchdown run in the first half of this ball game. That was his second touchdown as a Red Black, and then a play that set up a Red Blacks touchdown to end that first half. Most dangerous player on the field.
Ejiro Kowali is in a lot of pain here. They're looking at the knee. What a blow this would be to the Blue Bombers, already without Ian Wild, their middle linebacker, and one of the hardest hitters in the game is on the turf here in Ottawa.
Ejiro Kowali helped to the sidelines by trainers putting absolutely no weight on that left knee until now. He's right at the left edge of your screen. You're going to see him get blocked. Keep an eye on that left leg. He kind of buckles underneath him as he tries to change directions to get back to the ball carrier.
Jesse Briggs, number 40, comes in for Kowali. Will they go over the middle here? Burris slings it out. One hopper, penalty flag. Holding against the Red Blacks, looking for Scott McDonnell. McDonnell had his first catches last week as a Red Black in the loss to Montreal. Former star
Holding,
in Queens.
Ottawa, number 81. 10-yard penalty remains, first down.
So Patrick Lavoie in the protection, working against Marvin Booker, the defensive end there, to hang on a little bit too long as his quarterback was on the move. This is going to start on the backside of the play. Lavoie's got to come all the way down on that slide protection. There you see the grab as he loses his man to the inside.
Makes it 1st and 20 inside the 40. Here comes the rush. Burris to get 2. There he goes again. Inside the 25. Picked up 15 on the play. His night continues.
Well, it looked like Henry Burris was in a lot of trouble here, but you'll see Williams going to leak out of that backfield. Again, providing an outlet for his quarterback. His guy doesn't come, so get out. Give me an extra receiver. Spread out the coverage a bit. Turns that into a positive play. Still second and long situation here for the Red Blacks.
From the 25, Burris to the flat area. Donnell got his first catches last week. He had a catch earlier in the season for a touchdown that was wiped out. Still waiting for his first CFL major. Almost had it there.
Yeah, nice effort here by the big fella. Rookie second-round pick out of Queens. Right here, you'll see him get knocked out of bounds by the safety Leggett.
Well, Burris will go shotgun here. Will he throw or will he go to the backfield? Looks like he's going to throw here. Actually hands it off, and it's a touchdown. Jonathan Williams, second major of the night. And the Redblacks are rolling. Another cookie is sawed off. And another touchdown has been scored.
There you see the cutback by Williams, finds a little soft spot as the defense starts to flow.
Objectional conduct. Winnipeg number 56. 10 yards will be applied on the kickoff. Touchdown is good.
This Redblacks offense shown signs of life. A lot of progress over the course of the last 3 weeks and turned in a heck of an effort tonight, led by Jonathan Williams.
8 plays, 75 yards. Jonathan Williams has 2 tonight. And for the first time all season, the Redblacks can officially call it TD Place. Let's go down to John Liu with an injury update.
Well, guys, Ejiro Kawali is still on the Bombers sideline, but his night is over. The trainer just iced his knee, and basically when they were examining him, he was flinching when his left leg was being extended and putting pressure on both sides of the knee. And when the trainer turned his left foot outward, Kawali reacted sharply and pointed to pain on the inside of his knee. So certainly there should be an update from Mike O'Shea following this game, but Kawali's night is over for certain.
A big loss for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, particularly as they try to shut down the run, losing their veteran linebacker.
Couple of key injuries for Winnipeg. DeMond Washington also hurt on the sideline. Has not been back in. Here's a big kick. Julian Feoli-Cadino. Bombers give up 1. Sam McGuffey. So the injuries add to the insult here tonight for the Blue Bombers. Drew Willie has to get it going somehow. There still is